Skinny Hardaway 7T back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you here for a good time or a long time, would greatly appreciate if you could hit that thumbs up for your boy. Let YouTube know that we live. If it's your first time, could you not make the last time? Hit that subscription button as well when you roll on in. Today we here to have a boxing conversation. I see a couple people that I already fell through. What's good? Shout out my guy DS, my guy Ray Buck, my guy Jelly Bean. What's good? Appreciate y'all folks sliding through. Today we here to have us a boxing conversation, man. It's Devin Haney fight month, right? Not Devin Haney fight week, but Devin Haney fight month. Uh, right. So he's going to be doing his press runs, his tour runs, and all that good stuff. And Devin Haney has lately, 135 division has been extremely hot, right? For lack of a better word, extremely. You know what I mean? It's getting real thick and intense. You know what I mean? Around that 135-pound division, right? We've been uh we've been battling over the years, right? Who's the best guy at 35? Is it Tank? Is it Shakur? Is it Devin Haney? Right? You had some who believe that it may have been, Ryan Garcia, Javante Tank Davis, and Ryan Garcia just faced off. You know what I mean? A couple weeks ago, right? In which Javante Davis reigned victorious in his fight with Ryan Garcia. They asked Javante Tank Davis about Devin Haney after his fight, right, with Ryan Garcia. And Javante Tank Davis said that he wanted to let Devin Haney deal with Lomachenko first, because Devin Haney has a Lomachenko fight. So he wanted to let Devin Haney deal with Lomachenko. And then after the Lomachenko fight, right, him and Devin Haney, we will talk. That's what Javante Tank Davis had to say before Javante Tank Davis fighting Ryan Garcia. He said he'd be open to fighting Devin Haney. So it's looking like that Javante Tank Davis is, still on course for that. Well, again, this Shakur. What's good, Jay Gibb? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Jay Gibb. Glad you can make it. And y'all work with your boy this morning. Y'all work with your boy this morning. It's gonna be a slow start, right? But we go get it together. Shout out my guy, Jay Gibson. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, man. TWT is in the building. Right. So Devin Haney is about to, start his press run, right? And they asked Devin Haney, about his about how he feel about the 135 division, and they brought up, the they brought up the question. They know Devin Haney had been talking for some time about, the move to 140 and 135, it being, doable to make 135 right, but it it is a difficult task, right, for him to continue to make 135. At this point, he's been at 135, his whole career. And at this point, Devin Haney has, he's told us a number of times, right, that, it's not as easy as it used to be, for him to make this weight, to continue to make this 135 weight, right? So they asked him about how do you feel about 140 and moving to 140. And Devin Haney, he let the cat out the bag. He pretty much said, what I had been saying for a while now, right? And what Devin Haney had to say was that Devin Haney said that he really wants to move to the 140-pound division because he's been in 135 for a long time, and it's getting a little harder to make the weight, right? And he said really the only way Devin Haney would stay at 135-pound division is if he could secure a fight with Javante Tank Davis, or if he could secure a fight with Shakur Stevenson, right? Now, the field had been for a while, right? That Haney will be going up if he can't get a fight, with Javante, right? Pretty much. But I like the fact now, right, in the midst of this Shakur Stevenson situation, right? Shakur Stevenson calling out Devin Haney. Shakur Stevenson saying that he's open to fighting Gervonta Tank Davis and whatnot. I like how Devin Haney has now opened it up to Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney said that he's not really interested in staying at the 135-pound division unless he can secure him a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, or he can secure him a fight with Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? Shout out Devin Haney. Shout out Devin Haney, right, for being a different type of fighter in the era, you know what I mean, of hesitant fighters, right? Devin Haney has always been one of the guys, right, who runs directly to the smoke, no matter what or who the smoke may be. Devin Haney isn't one of those guys who avoids the smoke, right? And I like his comments in this last interview. This is exactly what you want to hear from your undisputed champion of the world, right? He said it is difficult for him to continue to make this weight, but he will stay at that division if he can fight Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Tank Davis next. He said if those fights aren't being made after he fights Lomachenko, then he will be taking his talents to the 140-pound division. You know what I mean? But I had been telling people for a minute, right, as I'm about to roll up, I had been telling people for a minute that the only reason Devin Haney is still camping around the 135-pound division is because he wants that long-awaited Gervonta Tank Davis fight. And Devin Haney, he just came and he doubled down on that, but he added something. Which I want to talk about. This morning he added the Shakur Stevenson factor into this, right? I think that boxing is about to win, right? Because in the midst of this Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney thing, gaining legs and whatnot, people having their opinions. Some people say, well, Devin is hesitant with Shakur. Devin don't want to fight. You know what I mean? Shakur barking up Devin tree, right? Even though Devin is literally about to fight Lomachenko, right? But you got some people who feel like Devin was a little hesitant to fight Shakur. Well, now you got Devin Haney coming out answering them questions and straight up saying, man, I want a big fight. I don't mind fighting these guys at 135, but it has to be next because I'm not going to be at 135 for too long. He said, I will stay at 135, but only if it's for a Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson fight, right? So even though Devin Haney is the undisputed champion, you'll have some people, right, who will make it seem as if the pressure is on Devin, right? When really the ball is in Devin's court, being undisputed, right? You got Gervonta Tank Davis being one of the more popular fighters in the division, right? But the ball is in Devin Haney's court as far as the championships and whatnot go. And now Devin Haney has now put the ball back in Gervonta Tank Davis's, or he's put it back in Shakur Stevenson's court, right? Because he's about to fight Lomachenko, and he said he don't mind staying at 135 as long as it's a fight with one of those guys. So with Devin Haney has now put the ball back in their court. Devin Haney said, I'm the undisputed champion at 135. I'm about to fight Lomachenko, a guy who's on the pound for pound list. And I'm moving to 140 unless I could get a fight with one of those guys, Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Tank Davis. Right. So now we got Devin Haney who's making it real clear, right, that he wants to fight Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Tank Davis next. We had Gervonta Tank Davis come out, right, and say after Ryan Garcia, he wants to fight Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney, right? We just had Shakur Stevenson come out after his last fight, right, and tell us that he wants to fight Gervonta Tank Davis or Devin Haney. Do y'all see a pattern? Now, I'm about to read from this article. True Allah, what's good, True? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, True. What's good, my G? True Allah said, peace, tea, salute, king. Best boxing breakfast talk in the game. Shout out my guy, True Allah. Appreciate you sliding through. If y'all could hit that thumbs up for your boy, whether you here for a good time or a long time, whether you just passing through, let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we talking this good boxing. Let YouTube know where you at. We in this thing having us, 140, 135 conversation, the Devin Haney conversation. So y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. But yeah, so now you got all three of those guys, right? You got Javante Tank Davis, you got Shakur Stevenson after his last fight saying, I want Devin Haney or I want, Javante Tank Davis. You got Javante Tank Davis. You got I let shout out my guy Jelly Bean. Appreciate you sliding through this John Jelly Bean. He's I should leave since you beat me yesterday. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out my guy Jelly Bean in the good baseball game in the TWT baseball league. Ricky, what's good, Ricky? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Shout out my guy Jelly Bean. What's good, Rick? Good morning to you, King. Appreciate you sliding through. We having us a good boxing conversation this morning about what Devin Haney had to say, his most recent interview. I'm just I'm bringing all the pieces together, matching all the pieces up. I'm bringing all the pieces together. Matching all the bringing all the pieces together, matching all the pieces up. Devin Haney just said that it is a little difficult for him to make that 135 pounds, right? But he said he's open. He is open to staying at the 135-pound division, but he's only going to stay at the 135-pound division if he can secure a fight with Tank or Devin Haney, right? So now you got, with Tank or Shakur. So now you got Devin saying he leaving the division unless he fighting Tank or Shakur. You got Tank saying after Garcia, he wants to fight Shakur or Devin, right? And then you got Shakur saying that he wants to fight Devin and that him and Tank is the biggest fight. He open to fighting Javante Tank Davis as well, right? So I had been saying for a minute, these guys at 135, they all are starting to feel that pressure. They're starting to feel that pressure to be great at 135. The Shakur Stevensons, the Devin Haneys, and the Javante Tank Davises. You know what I mean? But I'm about to read from the article exactly. I'm about to read from that article verbatim, right? So y'all can see exactly what Devin Haney had to say. But for a while, the feel was that Devin Haney is going to leave the 135-pound division, right? You had some people saying Devin Haney was, like I was alluding to earlier, right? You had some people saying that Devin Haney was avoiding Shakur Stevenson, right? Oh, he about to leave now once Shakur Stevenson get up there, right? Although Shakur is literally the newest kid on the block, right? So the fact that, it were people actually hitting and getting it that, Devin Haney was afraid of Shakur Stevenson, just baffled me. It just baffled me. But now, right, you got Devin Haney clearing everything up. What's good, Rick? He said collision course, too much money to be made. Facts, right? Now you got Devin Haney coming out, clearing it up and saying, now I was leaving the division anyway, right? But I am open to fight. At first he was saying I'm only going to stay at the division, right, to fight Tank. But now, in the midst of the Shakur Stevenson thing, right, and all of the talks, now you got Devin Haney saying I'm moving up to 140-pound division next if I can't fight, you know what I mean, Tank or Shakur Stevenson, right? So basically what I'm doing is I'm holding all of these fighters to their word, right? Devin Haney, Shakur, and Javante Tank Davis. Tank Davis said it first. He said, I want Haney and Shakur next. Then Shakur came out and said, I want Haney and Tank next, right? Now you got Devin coming out and saying, after Loma, I want to go to 140, but I'm staying at 135 if I could fight Tank or Shakur, right? You know what I mean? So basically what I'm doing right now is, man, I'm making all these guys, stand on their word. This is the fight that we want to see. We seen Tank beat up Brian. I don't want to see that again. I really don't want to see that again. I swear I don't. That's a fight that's going to always be there. That fight going to always be there, that Javante Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia rematch. I don't see an immediate rematch happening with that, especially not after Gervonta Tank Davis has won that thing, right? So that fight don't really make much sense to me. That fight don't really make much sense to me at this point. Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia again. That fight don't really make much sense to me. Devin Haney is open to fight pretty much who he wants to after this fight. This being his last fight on his top rank contract. So he's open to fighting whoever. Shakur Stevenson is on top rank. But we know the biggest fights in boxing, the co-promotional fights in boxing, they get made. Like my guy Rick just said, it's too much money to be made in a lot of these fights. What's good, Jazz? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Jazz. Glad to be making Nazay. What's good, Nazay? Appreciate you sliding through, Nazay. If y'all could, hit that thumbs up for your boy. I got 6 people in the building. I got 15 likes. I know more than 15 of y'all been through here. So if y'all could hit that thumbs up, help get your boy right. We're here talking about the comments that Devin Haney made in his most recent interview, right? You got him about to fight Lomachenko. The interviewer asked him, not to look too far ahead, but what are his plans after Lomachenko? And what Devin Haney said was music to my ears. If you're a boxing fan, right? If you're a real boxing fan, if you're a fan of the sport, it was music to your ears. Devin Haney said that he's really planning on leaving that division, but there are a couple fights at that division that he will stay at the division to make. And the two fights that he said that he'd be open to staying in the division to make were Devin Haney, were Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis, right? Which would be the best fight and the best 3 guys at 135, right? Shakur just got the 135, but strictly a talent thing. The best 3 guys at 135, right? Shakur, Devin, and Tank, right? Then you got the Lomas, and then you got the Frank Martins and all that, right? But biggest names at least who's been dominating as of late, right? Tank, Devin, and then you got Shakur moving up from the 130 pound division now. That's gonna make that thing all the more exciting, right? But I'm about to read from this article verbatim, so y'all just don't got to take my word for it. So I got 10 people in the building right now. I got 15 likes. Can I get everybody in here to hit that thumbs up that ain't hit that thumbs up? If it's your first time, do your boy a favor. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well when you're rolling on in. Let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we talking this good boxing, right? But I'm about to read from this article verbatim. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy Brandon. Appreciate y'all sliding through. Haney admits an end is near at 135, but will delay the weight move to face Tank or Shakur Stevenson, right? So as soon as that article started, I liked it. I like how that thing. As soon as I can't find none of my writers in this wiki. As soon as that article started, right, he came out with that good news, right? Devin Haney, he, like I said, he really wants to move to 140, but he not moving to 140, like my guy Rick just said, with all this money to be made in this division right now. And Devin Haney is a guy who don't mind challenges. He don't mind challenging himself. Right. So he sees that, there's an opportunity. He sees that there's an opportunity for him, to put his name in the books, with the best. That's how that's how you become one of the greats of all time, right? Beating other great fighters, being the best. He sees that there's a chance for him to do that, and he's open to doing that, right? And I don't blame him. Before this, right, I was one of the people saying Devin Haney should probably lead a division, right? But when you got an opportunity like this, you got to seize that thing. But we about to get to it, right? Devin Haney admits end is near at 135, but may delay weight move to face Shakur or Tank. This is coming from the boxing scene, right? So let me fire this button up. I digress. In a few weeks, Devin Haney will take part in the biggest fight of his career. Edgar Chavez, what's good, Edgar? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Edgar, can y'all do your boy a favor? Now I got 7 people in the building. I got 16 likes. Y'all get your boy right. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we up talking this good boxing. In the 3 weeks, Devin Haney will take part in the biggest fight of his career versus Vasyl Lomachenko. The event takes place May 20th, MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. Some believe the fight, win or lose, will likely become the final bout for Devin Haney's career at 135. But should he win? On May 20th? Shout out to my guy Edgar Chavez. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Edgar Chavez. Y'all could hit that thumbs up for your boy. But should he win later this month on May 20th? There are still some major fights at 135 that await Haney. Haney admits that the only way he stays at 135 is for a fight with Shakur Stevenson or a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, which is what I have been saying for a minute, right? He said they asked him about his move to 140. This is Devin Haney, word for word. He said that depends on how it goes. May 20th, first coming out of that fight successfully, and then we'll go from there. But the only way I'm going to stay at 135 is because of guys like Shakur or guys like Tank. I don't plan to be here much longer. This has been my first weight class. I've been at 135 since I was 16 years old. My body has been matured. I've been saying this for a long time. I have the best team in boxing. I have a great nutritionist. I'm going through all the steps to do it successfully, but you never know what happens in the ring. I feel good. I feel healthy. I feel strong. That's Devin Haney comments himself, right? After his recent victory over Japan's Yushiro Yoshimi, Stevenson challenged Haney to a world title showdown. Haney was not surprised by that call out. Haney said, that's what Shakur was supposed to say. He's a competitor. Now we're in the same weight class. I'm the champion with all the belts. That's what he's supposed to say. There were times where I wanted someone to challenge me, where I wanted someone to fight me. So when the guy says he wants to fight me, I can't get mad about it. That's what Shakur Stevenson had to say. I mean, that's what Devin Haney had to say about Shakur Stevenson, calling him out and wanting to fight. So all that, Devin Haney, scared of Shakur, Devin Haney leaving the division, you know what I mean, because of Shakur got Devin Haney leaving the division, like Devin Haney hadn't been talking about, leaving the division anyway. So we could go and put all that to bed. We could go and put all that to bed right now, you know what I mean, with this EP. So you got it straight from the horse's mouth. You got it straight from the horse's mouth today. Devin Haney said he is planning on leaving the 135-pound division, but he opened to stand at that division only if he can secure a Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I mean? Tight fight. What's good, Najee? Shout out my guy Najee. Appreciate you sliding through. My guy Najee said he want all the smoke, and then he said, "Hey, what's good?" But Devin Haney words himself is his plan is to leave 140 if he can't secure a Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Tank Davis fight, then he gone for sure. You know what I mean? So now the ball is back on Shakur and Tank. Actually, the pressure is on them all, right? And let me tell you how before I get out of here real quick, right? All of these guys are free to fight one another right now, and the whole world knows it. The whole world knows it. If Shakur Stevenson signs to fight somebody else right now, we all know that he gave up an opportunity to fight Tank or Devin Haney. If Gervonta Tank Davis signed up to fight somebody else right now, the whole world knows that he gave up an opportunity to fight Shakur or Devin Haney. If Devin Haney gets out of this Lomachenko fight, right, he decides to go sign up and fight somebody else, right, then the whole world knows that Devin Haney decided, not to fight Gervonta Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson when he had the chance. This is the perfect time for all three of these guys. All three of these guys' fight schedule has lined up. I don't know if it was done on purpose or whatnot, but all these guys' fight schedule has lined up. Shakur fought first, Gervonta Tank Davis fought. Shakur fought in February, right? I mean, Shakur fought in March, right? Tank Davis fought in April, and now Devin Haney is about to fight in May. If these guys really if these guys really want this fight to go down, if these guys really, you know what I mean, if these guys really got a problem with one another, if they really want smoke like they've been talking, YouTube, then neither of these guys should be looking for a future fight. Neither of these guys, should be doing anything other than, hitting up one another, trying to make a fight happen. Now, really, the fight that I want to see, true enough, the fight that I want to see is Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney. I think stylistically, that will make for the most exciting fight. I think that will make for the best fight. Namesake wise, stylistic wise, I think that's the best fight. And now that we got the Ryan Garcia fight out the way, right? And now that we got the Ryan Garcia fight out the way, right? Now that we done put Ryan in the place that he deserves to be, which is after these guys, right? We can finally get down, to the real deck. We can get down to the real deck of cards, man. I got 9 people in the building. I got 16 likes. If you're in the building right now, you ain't hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. Let YouTube know that we live. Cash apps and super chats are welcome, but support is free. It don't cost nothing for you to hit that thumbs up for your boy. Really appreciate it. No more than 16 of y'all been through here. But I just read the comments, from Devin Haney himself. Facts, Nazay. We getting down to the nitty gritty. I just read the comments from Devin Haney himself, and Devin Haney himself said yes, that he is moving to 140 after this fight with Lomachenko. He, just like I had been saying for a while, right? The only reason was good, DS. The only reason Devin Haney would stay at 135 is to fight a Shakur or to fight a Gervonta Tank Davis. So if those fights can't transpire, come through, then he will be moving to 140. But I said this right so we can put a bed to T Hunt. What's good, T Hunt? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, T Hunt. Glad you can make it, pimp. Glad you can make it. I wanted to bring this to the light, right? Because I was starting to hear them rumblings, right, that Devin was ducking Shakur. Well, Devin straight up just told you right now, plain as day, that he fighting Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Tank Davis next, right? Those are the fights that he won next, and if he can't get those fights, then he'll be moving up. Those are the fights that he won next, and if he can't get those fights, then he'll be moving up. But what's good, T Hunt? Appreciate you sliding through. I already know that's the narrative, Nazay. I already know that's the narrative. Devin don't want to fight Shakur. Devin just told you, man, his next fight gonna be Shakur Tank. You know what I mean? Gonna be Shakur Tank. So what we need to pay attention now. We got to hold these guys to their words, right? We got to hold these guys to their word. Shakur said he want Devin to Tank. Tank said he want Shakur or Devin. Devin said he want Shakur or Tank, right? So we got to make these guys. We got to make these guys give us the best fights. We got to make these guys stand on what they say. You know what I mean? It's getting to that time, right? Tank Davis said, Tank Davis probably is not going to go up, probably never going to go up to 140, right? So when they don't go up to 140, pretty much that Gervonta Tank Davis and him fight is pretty much, done for, right? But I ain't gonna keep y'all in this thing too long because I got something else I want to talk about. I'm coming right back with it too. Like when I put this one down, I'm coming right back with another one. So y'all slide on back through, man. Skin Hardaway 7T. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but it's the present. That's how we rocking, and I'm out. Look, Devin Haney said he going to 140 if he can't fight Shakur or Gervonta Tank Davis next. He said after Lomachenko, those are the fights that he wants. If he can't get those, then he'll be going to 140. But he's staying at 135 to make those big fights happen. You know what I mean? But y'all come back for my next one because I got something to talk about. Mario Barrios has something interesting to say about Javonte Tank Davis. Want to ask y'all what y'all think about it. Appreciate y'all folks trying to do this thing. Skin the Highway 17. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but just the present. That's how we rock it. And I'm out.